What's up, stock compounders? Brad here. So I just did a live stream this morning and I am back on recording a video for you guys. So a few hours ago, I got a message from one of my pals on Twitter who pointed out that SumZero just this week is opening up all of their research, even to non-paying members. Okay, this doesn't happen very often. I'm not getting paid to tell you this. But I got an email. I just want to read the email so you guys can get a sense of what's happening here. So research access fully open this week. All right. We're in the middle of the week. On Friday, it closes. Access barriers to the research database have been suspended during this entire business week to help showcase the quality and breadth of the work being done within the SumZero community. Okay. So over 14,000 full-length buy-side research reports and commentary. Now, I thought this was notable because Mohnish Pabrai, SumZero is one of his favorite sources of new investment ideas, okay? He uses SumZero. He's talked about Value Investors Club, Value Line. He gets messaged, emailed a lot of new ideas also. But this podcast here that happened in June of 2021, just earlier this year, I thought it was one of the best interviews of Mohnish Pabrai. And Mohnish was being interviewed by the SumZero CEO, okay? Mohnish revealed more about the positions in his portfolio than I've ever seen before in an interview. So that impressed me right there. So, okay, what do we do with this free access to SumZero? I don't know this for sure. I've had a free account. I've never paid SumZero for any kind of membership. I've had a free account and now I can access all of these write-ups in my free account. I'm not sure, but maybe you can just sign up for a free account now and get access this week to all of these write-ups. So I would definitely explore that if I were you and I didn't have access to SumZero. So this is kind of the SumZero homepage. What do I want to point out here? So basically, I think the way to use this, if there's a company you're interested in, you want to get an investment thesis from a good investor, you just type the ticker in up here. Okay, so I did that with a bunch of companies that I'm following, some that I already own. And there were 4 companies that had recent write-ups, okay, that I either own or am interested in potentially owning at some point. So those 4 were Daily Journal, okay, Shinoken Group out of Japan, Sprouts Farmers Market, which I saw that Phil Town bought not too long ago, and then Naspers, right, out of South Africa. Naspers, owns a big stake in Tencent. So you can look here as well. There's trending research on the side here, which means a high level of interest in these particular investment theses. So you click on Naspers there if you want to. You can see more. Daily Journal, right? Daily Journal shows up as a top 10 in terms of trending research. So I just want to show a little bit about Daily Journal. Sorry guys, let me refresh the feed real quick. My MacBook Air can't quite handle all of these complex, programs that I'm running here. Not really. I'm not doing anything earth-shattering. So Daily Journal, you can see right here. And that should pop up kind of updates on who's written about the Daily Journal. Okay. So we're just going to jump right into this one. It was updated. It was actually submitted on February of 2021. So there's some really cool things in this Daily Journal write-up. Okay, I just want to highlight a few things that I really appreciated about this one. So this one here, Why might one consider that an insufficient investment allocation was made in 5 years' time? So this quote here, this little excerpt from Peter Kaufman. Now, Peter Kaufman collated and edited Poor Charlie's Almanac, okay? One of the greatest investment books of all time. So this is something that Peter Kaufman said. The 3 hallmarks of a great investment are superior returns, okay? The one that most people think of, right? Often the only way a great investment is defined for most people. Low risk, okay? And long duration. The whole world concentrates on category 1, the superior returns. But if you're a leader of any merit at all, you should be treating these 3 as what? Co-priorities, all right? Really 3 legs of a stool. How do you get low risk and long duration? Win-win. This is the biggest blind spot in the business. People are actually proud of a win-lose relationship. Yeah, we really beat the crap out of our suppliers. You know, we've got these employees we've got them on an HB1 visa. They can't work anywhere else for 3 years, right? They're bragging about stuff like this. Total win-lose. Total win-lose. You take game theory and you insert the word lose in any scenario in game theory, and what do you have? A suboptimal outcome, okay? So I just think that is just chock full of wisdom, this excerpt here from Peter Kaufman. So that jumped out at me. There's so much in here in terms of how this particular investor is breaking down the Daily Journal company. But one thing I really appreciated was something from Matt Peterson. Let's see if I can find it. Here you go. More detailed valuation, Matthew Peterson's work. And of course, Matt Peterson runs Peterson Funds. He owns a stake in one of Mohnish Pabrai's private investment vehicles. I love this. Matt Peterson has extensively researched and presented the investment case for Daily Journal. He's done that in multiple places. As part of his attempt to determine the value of Daily Journal's Journal Technologies, which is the SaaS business within Daily Journal, he stayed at the hotel that hosted a Journal Technologies customer training seminar in Utah. Now, I clicked on this footnote. He couldn't get into the seminar because he wasn't a customer, right? An active customer of Journal Technologies. So what he did is he sat in the lobby for 3 days, right? As this customer training seminar was happening. And he interviewed Journal Technologies customers as they moved between training sessions, okay? I think that's just brilliant, right? And it shows the commitment that Matt Peterson has to really understanding the business, right? Really just one aspect of Daily Journal, but this is, very core to the kind of long-term investment thesis for Daily Journal. What did he learn? Right, customers being employees of the court, right? It's a legal SaaS platform. Customers being employees of the court live extensively in the software to perform their daily work. It makes their jobs much more efficient, right? So customers are talking about the value that they get from Journal Technologies. One of the main competitive advantages that Journal Technologies has is applying for RFPs with a billing scheme that only bills when the system goes production live. Given the length of the RFP as well as the implementation process, this often results in a 4 to 7 year delay from the start of the RFP process before customers are billed anything, okay? I mean, that's amazing from the perspective of a customer, right? Someone who's signed up for Journal Technologies, basically being able to use it for free for 4 to 7 years, right? That is a win-win. That is playing the long game. This results in the installation, system tailoring, and data conversion process, which can be quite extensive, being unbilled until the system goes production live. This means, yeah, so I think that's a similar point. As a result, potentially tens of millions of dollars to perhaps hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue are missing from the financial statements compared to their competitors' approach. Typically, they bill for services as these are performed, all right? Playing the long game. Consequently, a significant portion of revenues will drop straight to the bottom line when the system goes production live, as the costs have already been incurred. Okay, this is a huge point. Journal Technologies alternatively could choose to reinvest these revenues in expansion or development. So those are just a few points. I just love this approach that Matt Peterson took. It is very impressive, very scrappy. So there's a lot to digest in this daily journal investment thesis in SumZero. But again, take a look at Daily Journal, take a look at Shinoken, Sprouts, Farmers Market, and Naspers. Naspers, from a investment thesis perspective, is probably the most compelling. If we just pop it open real quick, I can show you guys what the current price is compared to the price target for this investment manager. I mean, you can see it right here. Buy world-beating internet companies at 25 cents on the dollar, right? So you're buying $1 for 25 cents. You've got a target price of 10,000 in a time frame of 2 to 5 years, with basically a current price around 2,500. All right, so 4x over the next 2 to 5 years. Very impressive if that particular thesis plays out. And this is the freshest write-up I saw, right? It was just submitted 10 days ago. So anyway, guys, I just think this is a fantastic opportunity to really get into the research ideas within SumZero. Kind of a rare opportunity to get in for free and just kick around and have a look at what great investors are seeing in the markets today. So just wanted to give that a shout out as one of the best resources for Mohnish Pabrai to find new ideas. So let me know what you guys find within SumZero so I can have a look as well. If there's any particular companies that you've got in your crosshairs, you jump into SumZero and you find some great write-ups. Let me know what you find in the comments. So I'll leave it there for today, guys. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.